What's up, beautiful people? It's your boy Rico along with G Baby and Zoo, the Twin Towers, and we are the Friendly Fire Podcast, episode 4. Thank y'all for coming back.
Four things.
How y'all doing?
How y'all doing? Wellness check, fellas. How we doing today?
I'm doing all right on this Easter Sunday.
That's good. Zoo.
I'm doing great. Amazing.
That's good. I'm glad, man. I'm thankful that we are here. We get out knocking this out pretty early so we can get back to our families. But we got a lot to talk about.
Discuss today.
It is a lot. Where y'all want to start first?
We can first, like I was saying, the shout out.
Y'all, yeah, for sure. Go ahead.
Shout out to the big mental health community. We missed the Autism Day. What was that, April 2nd?
Yes.
But we don't. It's not from lack of caring. We just didn't record. So
yes, sir.
All those with mental illness, mental challenge, we're strong. We're here with y'all. We support y'all.
Big old facts. I think it's also Neurodivergent Month, so shout out to y'all for that. We got some thank yous. Zoo, go first. Who's on your thank you list, my friend?
Shout out to Maria for the paragraph of feedback.
Maria,
shout out to you.
Thank you, Zoo. G Baby. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna shout out my boy Alberto. Follow him on Twitch, salty_Berto, but he's a big fan of the show. So
we've gotten some really good reviews. We are currently amassed 200 views in total on all streaming platforms. We got over 100 views on YouTube already. The video's only been out like 4 days, so we appreciate y'all. Shout out y'all for that. I want to shout out my boy Dex, who said we are going to be pop culture icons. I believe it.
Famous
y'all believe
Dex. Famous Dex. You the real one. You the real famous Dex.
So I appreciate y'all, man, and we are very thankful. Like I said, we are doing our best to make sure that we give you guys something that you guys want to listen to and something you guys want to enjoy. And all of the feedback we've gotten so far has shown that we're doing a good job, and we are thankful for that. But now that we've gotten the thank yous out the way, fellas, let's dive into this docket. Where do y'all want to start? Because it's heavy.
Well, just a lingering. You want to do the question, the superhero one?
Oh yeah, matter of fact,
just so we can get it out the way, so we don't get repetitive. My boy Alberto asked us, what would be our superhero powers based on our origins? So, anybody want to jump first?
I didn't put any thought into this. I forgot about the question.
Zoo is going to be, y'all going to realize Zoo is notorious for either doing things last minute or forgetting.
Procrastination at its finest.
This is procrastination. I did some thinking about it. And he also asked if we would be heroes or villains based off of the powers that we chose. So, unlike every other black superhero known to man, I would not want static electricity powers. I would like basically, I won't be Superman. I would like to be a black Superman, essentially. But I also want to teleport. I think teleportation is really cool. Would I be a hero or a villain? I think I would just mind my own business. Honestly, I don't think I'm bothering nobody unless I see something like obviously, but like I'm not going out of my way to like leave a basketball game because I hear Susan 20 states away getting robbed. Like, nah, that's none of my business. Let the superhero in that state handle that. Like,
all right, so unlike them, I actually put a lot of thought into mine. If you know me any kind of way, you know I have a little overthinking problem.
Just something slight.
Something slight, but I think myself into a lot of deep situations. My hero name would be Overthought.
Yeah, that's fitting.
So my ability would be whatever I think comes to life. It would be a space-time kind of jutsu kind of thing.
Okay.
The problem is I wouldn't have a weakness, but I go down into these deep rabbit holes.
Okay.
So where if I think, oh man, my homie's sick, what if this and this and that would happen?
God dang.
So that would be the origin, is me learning to control my thought.
I like that.
You see what I'm saying?
I rock with that.
He did put a lot of thought into
that's
it.
cold.
And then I have my arch enemy, Afterthought, but you want to hear his backstory, issue number 2, whenever that comes out. Overthought, the adventures. Let's get it.
Okay, that was actually way better than I was expecting. Like
100%.
I said, cause it's so crazy though. Cause you said you would have been a villain if
I would be an anti-hero.
Anti-hero,
meaning that I'm not gonna, for the price of my friends, I'm not gonna save your life. I'm gonna save his life.
He'd
so
be
I
like
would
Hancock.
be a hero. I'd be
Hancock,
selfish
yeah.
in a way.
For sure. I think that's another thing that comic books and comic book movies need to stop. You're not finna fit. Matter of fact, The Boys on Amazon is a good representation of this. If you got superpowers, you're like one of the 10 strongest people in the world, you're not going to necessarily be the nicest person. You're going to be a jackass because nobody can stop you from doing what you want to do.
Facts.
If I was Superman, I'm just not paying for nothing, and everybody I'm cool with is not paying for nothing.
Legit. And it's like, what you going to do if I don't pay my rent? What?
I'm going to blow this earth up over the slightest inconvenience.
Like, my food is cold. Okay, somebody got to die. Like, you're not going to sit here and tell me everybody with superpowers is going to be a good guy. Because Spider-Man not stopping the robber before his uncle died made perfect sense. This ain't none of my business.
Yeah.
Before we get too far into this on my Spider-Man podcast, I'll bash Spider-Man for y'all.
We will. We don't want to
Not
get
bashing Spider-Man.
We're not gonna do every episode of superhero slander, but some Spider-Man superhero slander is coming very soon. So be on the lookout for that. But yeah, if you have superpowers, you're not all gonna be good. It's gonna be way more jackasses than there are superheroes.
Way more.
Because police officers are supposed to be the good guys, and there's a bunch of them that are jackasses. So imagine if any of them ended up with superpowers.
Facts. I like to be a firefighter of superheroes. They're nice.
They're nice. Nobody messes with firefighters. Everybody loves them. They just do their thing and get up out of there. They be showing up when they ain't even want it. It's like, oh yeah, this is just a car crash. You good? All right.
Firefighter's gonna stop the rape.
Yo.
Who knows? I think yeah, that's actually a good. I'll be the firefighter of superheroes.
Fun.
It's like if you need me. If you really need me, I'll be there.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll be in the area.
I'll be around, but please don't need me.
And I put some thought in the last 2 minutes of what my powers would be.
Okay.
Hinting with the name Zoo, I'd probably just be like Beast Boy of Teen Titans and
That's
just
dope.
shapeshift.
That's actually really
dope.
Matter of fact,
different
that fits you more than I think it would fit anybody.
100%.
For sure. So that would be Alberto. Thank you for the question. If you guys have any other questions for us, y'all can always comment on the Apple Podcast. Y'all can comment on our YouTube channel. All of that. Let us know what y'all want to know.
I'll put more thought into it next time. I promise.
He won't, but it sounds good when he says
The next question y'all ask, we'll put some deep thought into it.
For sure.
Well,
So
they will. I'm cool.
So yeah, we appreciate the questions. Guys, though, we gotta talk. We gotta get a little serious, semi. Some of y'all are nasty.
A lot of y'all are nasty.
A lot of y'all are nasty.
$1 million worth of y'all is nasty.
If for those who don't know what we are alluding to, the rapper, internet sensation, Bhad Bhabie, Miss Catch
Baby.
Me Outside,
Baby.
Bad Baby, Miss Catch Me Outside.
Y'all sounding old.
This is a child. I don't care. She just turned 18 5 minutes ago. Literally, once the clock struck 12, she started an OnlyFans page. Made $1 million in 6 hours. Guys.
Nasty.
Zoo, take,
Play Nasty Nas in the background.
Nasty Nas. Nah.
That's insane.
What is wrong with people?
A lot of R. Kelly vibes in here.
That's very R. Kelly. Like,
But people need to understand like the difference between a compliment and just straight up pedophilia. You can say, "Oh, your daughter's cute," or your son is cute. You can't say, "Damn, I can't wait till they're 18." You can't say that at all.
Thank you. And then it was so many people on Twitter trying to justify, "Oh, well, we didn't do anything. We waited till she was 18." First of all, you saw that this girl has been in the limelight since she was 14 years old.
There was a show of people being like, well, she's legal.
It's like the same thing with Billie Eilish. I'm sorry to cut you off, but when she was all running the world last year, she was 17, and people was, oh, man, when she turned 18,
yeah. Literally, I saw somebody say, nah, I can look at her butt now that she's 18. Y'all have a mental illness. Y'all need to either be in jail or in some type of asylum. Because this is ridiculous.
What can you expect, Rico? The number one icon right now is Drake. He's like king pedo.
Yeah, we threw that alley-oop there quick. I'm finna slam this down. Oh, girl, but Millie Bobby Brown. She's been on Stranger Things since like 11, and they be having conversations like Drake grooming her.
You think so?
I think so. Drake's a little creep. The music don't cover it. You still a little creepy-ass dude.
If it comes, but see, then that's one of them things where it's like, if it comes out that he was on that type of stuff, I have no issue not listening to Drake.
Same.
The niggas the R. Kelly fans, it's been proved. How many more documentaries do we need of what he's been doing?
The music ain't ever touched nobody. That's my
still listen
stand
to
on it.
Ignition.
See, look at him. See?
Yo, Ignition gets played in my car.
I don't look. I have no issue. See, I don't believe in cancel culture, but I believe in. I don't need to.
That's just nasty.
Yeah, this is just nasty. I don't need to listen to you anymore. But back to the whole thing with Bad. First of all, because this isn't just a Bad Bhabie situation. This has been repeated situations of female celebrities turning 18. Even female, like it's been guys and women have been in the comments talking about, oh, now you legal now. Y'all gotta stop. It's a million other people y'all age that y'all can go look after and find
child.
these are kids.
Yeah, like when Justin Bieber turned 18 and when like Shawn Mendes turned 18.
These
and
are
all
kids.
them.
I've never found a child attractive in any sort of way. So that's disgusting.
And my biggest thing is, because for those who don't know, I'm the oldest of 4. My youngest brother and sister just turned 20. But I've always had a thing because of where I saw them at as my younger siblings. Anybody they age, I wasn't really like looking at. Even when they was legal, I'm not looking at no. Right now, I'm in a relationship, but even if I wasn't, I'm not really looking after no 20-year-old. I'm not trying to holler at no 20 because I see my little brother and sister. Maybe that's just me, but it's one of them things where it's like, Bhad Bhabie's probably still in high school. She just turned 18. This is a kid, like bro. This is a kid. And niggas is, oh well, it's legal now. That's the issue. And then when folks don't ever see,
just because it's legal don't make it right.
That's true. That at the end of the day, that's the truth. Just because it's legal doesn't make it right. And some of y'all should be ashamed of yourself. That's all. Like a lot of y'all. $1 million, bro.
$1 million quick.
Really? That's crazy.
In 6 hours.
That's nuts.
Insane.
People need to stop. People need to stop. And then because it's not just her. Now, mind you, the super group Holly and Chloe, the duo, they're both adults. Chloe, I think just turned 22 or 23. She's been posting, she's been body positivity.
I follow Chloe.
Posting pictures and everything. People gonna say what they gonna say. She's an adult. This nigga Lil Duval, who's like 43, 45, goes on Twitter just to say, oh, how old is that Chloe chick?
Oh yeah, I see
what
that.
are you doing, bro? We see you.
I don't take Lil Duval seriously though.
I don't either, but at the same time, it's one of those things where it's like, you gotta be careful. It's like, even if he's not like a world-renowned star, he's still somebody with a platform. That comes off very predatorish. And then it's like, even if you didn't mean it like that, you got to think of the culture we in now. Everything is PC.
Everything is watched.
Everything is watched. Why even say something that it can even get twisted around to you being a pedophile? Because anytime the game say something stupid, niggas are quick to quote that and put his age. Like, you are 43 years old.
No, he's a cornball, though. Like, dude, he's just corny. Like, and I like the game. Like, the game don't really make bad music, but he's a shitty person. He's goofy, like, bro. Like, you 43 years old.
Wasn't he with, like, India Love before she was, like, when she was 18?
She was just 18, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
same thing.
I've never been, I don't, because it's like, I don't want to be in a relationship or talking to anybody that can remember things verbatim with my little brother and sister. Yeah. You can't hold it. I mean, what conversations, well, I guess they ain't having too many conversations, but like, what can you even find in common with the 18-year-old that's going, first of all, I'm not trying to see no 18-year-old naked. I'm not paying no OnlyFans.
I feel like some people are like choosing who to attack. Cause like Scott Disick, same thing. Like he's dating Lionel Richie's
daughter. How old is she?
I think she's like 19. And he's like, what, in his 40s too?
And yeah,
well, if we just throwing names out there, Karl Malone's an asshole.
He's
a sick fuck.
Malone.
That's
why nobody, Pete, with Karl Malone, nobody brings him like on unless it's talking about like the Dream Team or something.
That's because he stay in Utah, and I guess that shit's fly in Utah. So.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just one of those things where it's like y'all need to stop it. Like I just don't get it. Like it is infuriating because it's like, bro, like niggas be having, y'all have kids these kids' ages,
Fact.
And y'all going out of your way to pay money. First of all, I'm not paying money for OnlyFans, period. Let alone for an 18-year-old.
I wonder if she could release like you know how on YouTube you can see what age demographic is watching your videos. I wonder if she could release that. Like,
they have the stats, I think.
If they do that, that'd be crazy. It's like it's definitely gonna be like 25 and up.
Oh, it's gonna be 30 and up. 30 and up.
Well, according to what I learned from just life and in pre-production, we were talking about the Malcolm X book. Like the Muslims, they believe that the woman's perfect age is half his plus 7.
Really?
That should be the youngest that they should be.
Half his plus 7?
Yeah. So just say if you're 22, 11 plus 7. That should be the lowest you should go.
So 18.
Oh, 18. Okay.
That should be the youngest you can.
I didn't know that.
That's what they preached over there. I don't know for sure.
Still, okay.
But I know that they mentioned it in the book.
We're gonna get attacked.
No.
I'm covering my ass. I don't know. So somebody, if I'm wrong, please tell me I'm wrong and I'll correct it.
For sure. Yeah. It's just one of those things where it's like, you just think from like a common sense person. Well, common sense is common. We say that almost every episode.
If you going to prom and this girl ain't even been born yet, you should probably leave her alone.
Yeah, because it's like it's so many. It's such
if she still hasn't gone going to prom, she still hasn't gone.
She ain't even went to her prom yet, and y'all sitting there just all in her.
Y'all remember that joke that Jersey Shore used to make? She's too young for you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
She's too young for you, bro.
This applies for you.
Yeah,
This has been an ongoing thing.
All $1 million of y'all. She's too young for you. Like, I highly doubt. Because I know, shoot, if something like Spotify got analytics, I'm almost positive OnlyFans got analytics.
Yeah, they should.
I can almost guarantee if she look at her analytics, it's gonna be that 25+ crowd that's been feasting after her since she popped on Dr. Phil.
You might even see that 30 and 40+ crowd.
I don't doubt it.
100%.
I don't doubt it
at all.
Because you got to think, she's been in the limelight, and so like.
And it's a monthly, so you're paying monthly. Like,
monthly to be sick. Monthly to be sick.
You're paying like 30.
She hasn't even graduated or whatever. I don't know if she's even still in school, but she would have just been. Like you said, she hadn't even went to prom yet, and y'all sitting there like this. This is what you guys are attracted to.
Yeah, it's sad.
And what's so crazy?
Protect the children
for sure. These are in my mind. 18 is always gonna be a kid. Yeah, you an adult. You can vote. You a shorty, especially since once I like hit my. I'm almost 25. So like once I got around this age, I'm like, bro, 18, you don't know nothing
at all.
I made a joke before the podcast. I made a joke about playing Wipe Me Down, pulling up. 18-year-olds don't even know what Wipe Me Down is.
Was that even out when they was alive?
The significance
Probably
of it.
not.
Or they were very young, not listening to Wipe Me Down, or stations that would have played Wipe Me Down.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's how like weird it is.
They probably don't even know. They wasn't even alive when Ignition came out. We was just talking about R. Kelly.
Yeah.
They wasn't alive when he did none of this stuff.
Yeah. It's crazy.
That's like, you got to think, like, bro, man.
Well, like you were saying, Selena Gomez doing the Nelly thing. Like, how do you not know Nelly? Like, everybody should know Nelly.
Yeah.
And that's just us showing our age.
But it's like that.
We're getting elderly,
we saying that, but you 25?
I just turned 25.
So it's like we're not even old, and we remember stuff that somebody that was born in 2003 not going to remember.
Yeah.
Like, they grew up, it was just LeBron. We can grow up and I remember
Kobe.
Mike,
I seen Kobe's career.
I remember Kobe.
I remember Kobe
Like,
with that
come on
afro.
now, like
some people don't. Some 18-year-olds don't even know Kobe had wore the number 8.
Nope.
Until he passed away.
God dang.
Yeah. There's a lot of people out there doing.
I mean, shoot, because even when The Last Dance came out and they was going over Michael Jordan's like stats and how he like went nuts in 1988, Trae Young was like, I didn't even know that. Yeah. Trae Young is an NBA basketball player.
Isn't he, 19?
He's like 19, though.
Yeah,
so it's just him showing his age.
But a lot of that, too, is because even when I was in high school, I graduated in, 2013. Mm-hmm. It was people like, oh, man, Kobe and LeBron. But I was like, I would go do the research. So I was like, Grant Hill was this and Gary Payton was this. My boy Wooey, shout him out, Wooey. But he didn't know. I put him on Gary Payton. That's his favorite player. Now, he ain't know shit about him. I'm telling you, that's it. And he was like, oh, I didn't know. You put people on. But that was me. I did research.
Yeah.
You can't expect Trae Young to go back and be like, I'm trying to play like Kevin Johnson. You can't expect that.
So it's just one of those things like, there is an age gap, but it's also like that age gap has to apply to so many other things. Like, you don't look at this girl and be like, I feel old. Like, every time I see her in anything, I feel old. Because it's like, you're a kid. I didn't even know she was that young. I wasn't paying attention to it because I was just like, okay, it's just another little white girl they made famous. I didn't realize she basically was a millionaire since she was 15.
That's nuts.
That's ridiculous.
If I would have had $1 million at 15, I'd have been dead.
Why?
Yeah, that was random as fuck.
Man, at 15, how reckless you would have been? I would have been dead if I had $1 million. I'd have been doing all type of wild shit.
You think so?
I think so.
That's very pessimistic. I would have been dead. Whoa.
I would have been, man. Hell yeah, I'm finna fly this plane. I bought it. It's my.
Hey, man. But
let me get 2 of them.
In gold. But yeah, like for come on, y'all. Just please do better.
Stop it.
Protect the kids. Literally.
Get some help.
I like that. That was good. But yeah. It's like
it's nasty to talk about.
How do you transition to that?
No, so all right, we'll transition. Remember that oop he threw up earlier, Millie Bobby Brown?
Yes.
Bam, King Kong vs. Godzilla. Thank me later.
That trash movie.
What?
Terrible movie.
No, it was not. That was my thing is this. You didn't go to King Kong and Godzilla looking for great dialogue. You want to see them duke it out. Now, what I will say, this is spoiler alert. We make sure we put spoiler before anything. It was too much like Batman v Superman in the simple fact, now we got to come together to defeat this common enemy. I didn't want to see that.
I felt bad for King Kong the entire movie.
King Kong was getting whooped. I was blue.
He didn't even hold him. He didn't even want to be there the whole movie.
He wasn't getting whooped.
Well,
he took the first and the second round. That last one, he was kind of tired.
I would say he lost the first one because he was sedated when Godzilla popped up, and he was chained down up until the last minute.
But you was still working him in the water, though.
Wait a minute. So, okay. Now, would you consider, because in the city, because I remember old boy was like, Kong takes the second round. But, bro, they wasn't really done fighting.
No, he was kind of done after he choked him out with that.
So that's for sure he took that second round.
Right. When Godzilla got back up and was doing all that tough shit afterwards, then he'll take 3. Okay. But then he was getting whooped by the robot, like, bad. Yeah. He was getting whooped bad.
He was getting, like, destroyed. And, like, Kong was like, let them niggas fight. I'm chilling.
He was on death's door. We was talking a lot about it, but he almost died.
They had to freaking clear. But yeah, I like the movie overall. Why not, my friend?
Well, first off, I felt bad for King Kong since the beginning. He didn't even want to be. He just wants to be on his island.
I just want to go home.
He just wants to be on Skull Island, not bothering anybody. And here go the humans fucking shit up.
Per usual.
They use this little 5-year-old girl to manipulate him because she's deaf and they could sign language.
Hey, shout out to her. She was crying the whole movie. I was like, this is an actress. Like, she know what she's doing.
Second complaint, why don't they just let Millie Bobby Brown speak in her regular accent? Why does she always speak in her best friend in the movie was talking in English. New
Zealand or something.
Yeah, he was talking like in an English accent.
The daddy was American.
They should just let her be English. Why do they have to make her American? Everybody knows she's from Britain.
Americans love getting British folks, but don't like them speaking in native.
Yeah,
It's
like the second.
Shout out the black dude too from Atlanta.
Paper
Strong
boy,
black lead.
Paper boy.
Paper boy. I forgot what his name was.
Yeah. Okay, complaint on him. They just made him onto like a Get Out, like the cop from Get Out, where he's the conspiracy theorist guy.
I'm cool with that. He ain't died.
I just want to know. It was 3 monsters in that movie, and the humans did absolute nothing that whole movie.
They not supposed to.
Well, they were just it's Godzilla the whole movie.
All they did was die. Yeah, all they really did was die and cry. It was one of them things. It's like, but you got to think they were so like because I actually watched the little MonsterVerse or whatever. So in the other ones, they were really invested in like doing a bunch of dialogue. It's like this one, nigga. We don't want to hear nothing y'all got to say. We want to see Godzilla and King Kong duke it out.
The only time I paid attention was when Eiza Gonzalez was on my screen.
True.
That was the girl that died in the ship, right?
That he exploded there.
Boom. He looked in there to make sure that little girl wasn't in the ship and was like, all right.
Yeah. No, you know what was a big fuck you to me and to the audience? That whole warp hole thing.
Why?
Is because
that shit was trash.
You have to take this warp hole to get there. Mind you, people die from car accidents, but you go 1,000,000 miles per hour through a warp hole and you just get a little nauseous.
Yeah, all they got was and King Kong had no protection. Fucking landed at 10 million miles per hour into the ground.
But that's his land. That's his home.
Rocks don't hurt people and mountains don't hurt people.
But you got to think the ships. They went out of their way to explain that the ships was made to withstand all of the. Because you got to think. Remember, he said his brother had died trying to go there before. Right. So then, old boy, the Hispanic dude. He was like, oh, well, we've engineered these ships to be able to withstand. So that's all that was. That they had to explain because otherwise it's niggas like us. Like, hold on, but now explain this, that, and the third.
No, where they really messed up was because we've all seen old cartoons when Bugs Bunny would dig to China. Godzilla pretty much dug a hole to China.
Yeah, essentially.
And he, like, what is it? Y'all couldn't find this? There was, you had to get a warp hole to go down here while this man just melted through the earth.
My thing is
find his home. Like, come on.
Godzilla always knew where it was at, though. That was the one thing that they.
So why wasn't he just down there waiting?
Because he was cool being at the big man on top. It was one of them things like, I have no reason to go back down here. I'm top dog down here and I'm top dog up here.
But when he was down there, you was, I see you. When you came down there. Like, no, if you just wanted me to be down here, then leave me alone. You brought me back up.
That was another thing, too. It's like, Kong was like, because even when they had the little, like, false reality, he like, bro, leave me alone. I'm literally just trying to chill, and y'all niggas keep bothering me. Like, Godzilla wouldn't let this man rest. He like, bro, I just want to go home. He shot down Godzilla King Kong was content with just sitting on the throne with his little axe. And Godzilla was like, Nah.
It's also mad disrespectful how Godzilla just walked straight through the mainland of Hong Kong.
Yeah.
To like, bro, you don't care about nothing. You just reckless.
They didn't. That was the biggest thing because that showed. That was one of the big things with Kong. It was like showing how smart he had gotten because he was going out of his way to try to save the boats. But my biggest question, because they did address it a little bit, that apparently Kong had grown over the years. Yeah. But my issue was they went out of their way in the first two Godzilla movies to make Godzilla look so much bigger than these gigantic ships, the flying ones and all of that. And then him and King Kong eye to eye. I'm like, something ain't adding up. Because it's like the same water that he had to dive into, Kong was just standing up. Remember when they knocked him down? He was just like...
But that was in the ocean, though.
But Godzilla just dove back in it when he left.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Well, he be floating. He don't be diving. Yeah, he kind of just swim away.
But overall, I like
the cops came and shot his ass.
Yeah, overall, I liked it. It was one review. They was like, oh, if you're looking for in-depth dialogue, and it was like, this isn't the movie for you. Niggas was like, bro, I didn't go to King Kong and Godzilla looking for a deep emotional connection.
I mean, I like the original King Kong. That's awesome. The Jack Black version.
That movie is 4 hours long. I've watched it once and will never watch it.
I've never watched it.
You've never watched? That's a great movie.
The game was kind of good.
I heard the
PS2 game. I couldn't beat it.
I couldn't beat it.
I kept dying, and I would get scared too. That was a scary ass game, bro. Them damn giant ass centipedes running around and shit.
Just popping out. That shit was scary.
Yeah, those games when you
remember I was like 11 when that shit
came those games when you be having to fight the environment be like freaking me out. I was like, leave me alone. Let me just get to where I gotta go. You got wolves and everything coming out of nowhere.
I'm like, come on, man. It's King Kong. Like, y'all ain't gonna just step to me like that.
And they always hold like somebody as strong as Kong in video games too. Cause it's like they never truly die. They just get like beat to the point where now you gotta start over. It's like, nah, quit playing with me.
Like, that's the thing about Superman games. And not to go back to superhero, but like, how you gonna beat Superman? Like, I don't see a regular dude with a crowbar whooping Superman's ass.
Nah, it's like they have to explain, because like even like the Injustice game, oh well, we all have this pill that makes us as strong as Superman now.
Cap.
Exactly. Like, that's what they had to do. But but overall, like I said, I enjoyed the movie. I'm excited. I didn't realize how many other movies are coming out. Like Space Jam. Space Jam's coming out.
Space Jam 2.
We all watched the trailer. What y'all think?
I watched the trailer a minute before we started recording.
Procrastination at its finest.
Literally a minute.
What you think?
I think it's getting too much unnecessary hate because it's so different from the 1996 one. But mind you, technology has grown since then. Yes. And you don't want the same, hey, we got kidnapped by aliens to do. If you're going to follow the Michael Jordan plot, then you're going to just, of course, it's not going to be as good as the original.
I was hating. That's why I didn't watch it until a minute. Until they're like, we're reviewing it. And I was like, I guess I got to watch it.
It's because Zendaya is Lola Bunny. That's why he watched it.
That's the only reason he watched it. We had to tell him, hey, you know Zendaya's going to be in it. Wait, what? He instantly opened up his phone.
Put it up on the big screen.
He had a projector and everything. I just want to hear her voice. I just want to see the words. But, okay, Zoo, go ahead. I don't want to interrupt you.
No, it looks good, though.
Yeah.
I always hate on everything, and I ended up loving
it. That's my thing, because like you said, excuse me, we're not expecting Michael Jordan Part 2 with this movie. We're expecting something. It has to be unique. It has to be a reason for him to even go down there and do what he has to do. Yeah. I like the first off, shout out Don Cheadle, Mr. Always Gonna Have a Check.
They chase that bag.
They're gonna put him in everything. But yeah, I think they're trying to like start low key like a little WB universe where like cartoons are interacting with each other and stuff.
That was dope.
I wouldn't mind like an Iron Giant, like a reboot where he comes back from like how the first one ended. Yeah, that'd be dope.
So I think it's gonna. I honestly believe.
I like how you could tell which players who.
Yeah,
like all the Monstar players.
That was cool. The only one that I didn't know until afterwards was Klay Thompson. Oh, okay. Because he was just on fire. I couldn't like make him out, but I made everybody else out. It was pretty cool.
Sharpshooter.
Sharpshooter. So I'm excited though. I think it's gonna be I think it's gonna be an overall good movie. LeBron is an overall decent actor. I mean, he's only played himself, but he's played himself fairly well, I guess.
He's funny. Why does he have to be such a great guy? I want to hate him so much.
He's a good
for
guy.
Not coming to Chicago and always beating us.
Man, when I had to get over that.
He's just like an amazing guy. Like, can he stop? Like,
I had a long.
Can he have a scandal?
Yeah.
Can he have a scandal?
I'm waiting. I'm coming on this podcast.
Bro, you know his NDAs are like sealed tight. If he ever's gotten into anything, yeah.
But I hated LeBron for so long, and it was just, man, it's undeniably he's the greatest player playing right now.
Yeah.
It's still, to this day, to this day.
Honestly.
He's still the best.
He do his thing.
It's annoying.
But yeah, so I'm excited for that. That's coming out in sometime.
June, I think,
June?
right?
July,
not sure.
July, I think. I
Hey,
think
Janice, can you tell us what day?
But I want to say it's coming out in July, but I think that's going to be, like I said, a lot of fun. Nothing like too serious. It's going to be, the graphics look A1. I like the different angle, the way they're taking the game. Oh yeah, something is worth 30 extra points.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I can enjoy that. I'm not looking for something too
It's
in-depth.
more video gamey. I like that.
It
I like.
fixes that the Toon Squad or the Monstars blowing that 80-point lead that they had.
Which
it kind of fixes that.
Yeah, it's like, no, we're gonna make this competitive. So I think it's gonna be really good. Don Cheadle being the villain is something I didn't think I was gonna see. I'm curious who's the Bill Murray of the movie, if they have one.
Bill Murray.
Think this is Bill Murray?
He just goes up.
Da, 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 da.
Dude, that was such Space Jam. A lot of people hate on Space Jam. It's such a good movie.
It's a great movie.
It's like, you're not looking at it for Michael Jordan's acting. You want to see him play with Bugs Bunny.
The soundtrack is amazing.
One of the greatest soundtracks
I
ever.
memorized the soundtrack.
It's half missing on Spotify. Like half the songs, like the album's on there.
Yeah.
But half the songs are. I guess they couldn't clear like
Probably
some
not
samples.
clearing, yeah. My mama had it on CD. We used to play that nonstop when we used to go on trips. Bro, when that Monica come on, I'll move that mountain for you.
Hey, Clarice, who did that? Was it Death Row?
Speaking like on how kids like are like super mega like woke now. Like my little cousins, they're one's 13, the other one just turned 14, I believe.
Yeah.
And my uncle was playing I Believe I Could Fly.
They told him no.
And yeah, they told him no. And my uncle was like, oh, it's a Space Jam, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, no, we're not listening to that here.
No means no.
Like,
Memories. We'll never forget them.
Facts. Hey, man, it's one of them things that you just like, the song. Like, my little brother had it at his graduation. Like, when he graduated from kindergarten, he had to sing.
Yeah.
They was singing I Believe I Can Fly. I remember that.
I think we did, too.
Yeah. It was one of those, but yeah. Okay, so real quick, to go back, Space Jam 2 is coming out July 16th.
Okay, that's
on
July.
HBO, so I think it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Everything's on HBO.
HBO is bro, they came in like gangbusters.
Strong.
Like I didn't know what they really had after Game of Thrones ended. They was like, just wait, we've been in the gym, we've been working. Disney, y'all keep wanting to make us pay extra for these movies. No, I don't have nothing against Scarlett Johansson except for the fact that she thinks she can play an Asian woman. But I'm not paying an extra $30 to watch Black Widow. And then niggas talking about, oh, well, you would pay even more to go to the theater.
I wouldn't go see that movie anyway.
Like, it's like, bro, yes, for the theater. I'm not paying an extra $30 to sit on my couch to watch this. Just like I didn't do with Mulan. And everybody's like, oh, Mulan was terrible. Yep, look at you, wasted $40.
Just wait like 3 more months. They're going to put it on there.
They ain't gonna have no choice. Because they knew, I love Jamie Foxx, but I wasn't about to pay extra for Soul either.
That was a good movie.
That was a great movie. I wasn't gonna pay for it at the crib, though.
Nah. Hell no. If it's in my crib, I'm watching it for free.
I be telling my man, for real. Like, look, cause like my girl sometimes wanna watch movies on Amazon. I'm like, well, is it free? She be like, nah. I'm like, girl, I'm not about to sit here and have you pay for a movie. We can find out a little bit later.
There's no reason I should pay $7 to watch New Jack City. Anytime.
Wait,
they make you pay for them movies.
Nah, forget that.
To rent them, you only get them for like 48 hours.
I think you keep that. What? I don't know. His nephew is like going through a thing upstairs. If you guys hear that on the mics. But yeah, I'm not. That's the thing. Because Disney, they had it. They was like, all right, we're gonna give y'all all this new stuff, all this exclusive stuff. Once again, we never watch anything from the past. But if you want to, it's stuff. Right. We give y'all these new shows, all the Avengers, the Star Wars stuff. Then it was like these movies though, $30.
Yeah.
What?
Y'all crazy as hell.
And Netflix, y'all not off the hook either. Y'all niggas keep going up in price without going up in quality.
Yeah.
I like a lot of the shows.
They sneaked up. If it weren't for the like media telling us, they wouldn't even tell us.
No, you just get the notification from
Netflix is damn near British TV. Everything on there is foreign. Everything on
It's
there.
all British actors at this point. So it's like
with American accents.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't get like these streaming sites. It's one of those things where it's like, because like I said, with Netflix, they falling off. They have their shows. They have like the stuff that you may want to see, like on regular TV, but you don't have time. It's gonna be there after. Cool, that's fine. Why do y'all keep going up? And like y'all not even the movies ain't even that good. Yeah. How many Nicolas Cage movies do we need to see on Netflix?
All right, Hollywood, I got the plan. Trust me, y'all can trust me on
Uh-oh.
Y'all get.
Brace
Y'all
yourself.
want to get rid of Comcast and AT&T?
Okay,
Y'all
okay.
combine $100 a month.
God dang.
Everything. Paramount, Nickelodeon, BET, everything. $100 a month. $50 internet. Get rid of. You pay $150 for everything.
That's just cable.
But you pay $220.
All these streaming apps is legit just cable, and then niggas still be having cable.
I pay
Yeah,
$220
me.
in cable, and I don't even got MTV too. Like, what am I paying for? I only watch.
How am I supposed to watch next now?
No, because they be
Parental
showing the
control.
They be showing the Wayans brothers on there back in the day.
Yeah,
So
the Wayans brothers on HBO now.
Yes,
So,
but that's
yeah.
why I watch it off there. But it's better. I like to watch it live. You know.
You tell me you don't want to watch ridiculousness? 15
Not for
hours in a row.
Not for 25 hours a day. You know.
Chanel West Coast laughing in your ear all day.
They had to get Nick Cannon back. They had to, because nobody was about to see.
Yeah.
Somebody showed the television programming. It was literally just like a ridiculous marathon.
It's always a ridiculous marathon.
Yeah.
And it was either that or it was gonna be like, well, RP Big. It was gonna be Robin Big.
Oh, I love
That's
Big.
legit all they had.
I
It's
never
like
watched their show.
Robin Big
it was
good,
decent.
really good.
It was one of the things where it's like, bro, y'all got to do something else. Y'all better forgive Nick and get back.
Bring back Viva La Bam and Jackass.
I don't know if they'll do Jackass
Nah,
again.
you can't do Jackass now.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It wouldn't be funny now. I wouldn't watch it now.
It hurt
Yeah.
just to watch.
It was
Shout
like,
out to Steve-O.
funny.
He's doing a
what
real
is
good
he, like
job.
7 years clean, if
Yeah,
not more.
something like that, but he's doing a good job. This for you. Shout out Steve-O.
But yeah, so
It's crazy because he's clean, but he still does wild shit.
You can.
I
I
mean,
mean,
you
no,
can
he
still
doesn't.
jump off stuff.
as long as now he can feel it. So
Yeah,
it's
but
like,
now he's feeling everything he's doing.
Yeah, that's crazy.
yeah. So it's just I don't know. These streaming apps definitely got to get better though, because y'all can't keep. Well, I should say, Disney needs to figure out how they're gonna do these drops properly, and Netflix needs to actually give us a bunch of stuff we're gonna watch. So because initially it was like, oh yeah, we're gonna get y'all a movie a month.
Yeah.
I've only seen like 2 of the movies that they dropped,
Yeah.
and that
If
was
you got-
because
if you-
Anthony Mackie and Damson Idris was in it, and it was
Oh, yeah.
something
And
else.
the one was in there.
Oh yeah, Malcolm and Marie.
Oh yeah. So it's just like
I still didn't watch that one, but they're both good Washington. Good Washington.
good actors.
Good actors.
Yeah.
Shout out John David Washington.
Shout out John David Washington, man.
If Netflix gives us one more high school drama,
I don't want any more high school coming of age stories from anybody at this point.
which
But
also plays into what we were talking about, the 18-year-old. They
Yeah.
get a bunch of 23-year-olds playing 16-year-olds
Yeah.
just to watch them have sex on
that's
TV.
all it is. That's because I remember I had somebody tweet. They was like, "Why do we have all these adults playing?"
They could just
teenagers?"
make them into college.
So they could.
They could just make them into college students.
That's
It literally
simple.
doesn't make anything.
But it was a bunch of. I mean, apparently a bunch of sex was going on at these specific high schools, and they had to have people demonstrate the type of sex that was going on.
Shit. High school 2014 to the present, wild.
Yeah. Y'all. Anyway, but yeah, that's one of those things where it's just like it's a gap, and it's like my little brother and sister. Well, like I said, they 20 now, but they probably didn't have nobody on TV that looked like them because them niggas was my age. So it's like we don't relate to that, and then it's like you have adults writing these stories.
Yeah.
It's like y'all ain't been in high school since 1985.
I seen this shit on my bad.
Go
I didn't mean
ahead.
to
go
cut
ahead.
you off.
Go ahead.
I seen this shit on Twitter.
We interrupt him one time.
Tables have turned.
We interrupt him one time. He
My bad,
interrupt-
bro. Rico
ahead.
was about to get into
Go
it.
ahead.
too.
Go ahead.
I seen that shit on Twitter where have you seen that clip of it's like a Netflix show where they're talking about like the oppression Olympics?
Yeah.
And it's like a little Latina girl and an Asian kid.
Yeah.
And
Terrible.
then someone was like, I know the writers are white.
They
And
have to
they
be.
Googled it. It was like 2 middle-aged white ladies writing that shit.
And it's like, as an actor, because I like, for those who don't know, I am into acting. I'm getting into acting. But if it's a script that I think is subpar or that's like just stupid, you need to say something. I get it, you out there for the check, but like, I don't know. Do Mexicans really feel like that when they see? When like, have you ever had an oppression Olympics with an Asian person? Like, these conversations
Never.
don't even happen in real
Never.
life. These maybe happen over Twitter, but like, you're not finna. Oh well, yeah, you know, my family has to do this, that, and the third. Oh well, my family won't love me unless I'm a doctor. Nobody's having these conversations in real life.
I've had a bunch of who had it worse conversations.
Maybe I understand maybe who had it worse, but you're not having a full blown like argument, like yelling at each other about, well, my life as a black man is so much harder than your life as a Mexican. It's like these,
That's not even a real argument.
they don't happen like that.
Do like diverse group of friends like they still insult each other? Because when I was a kid, when I was in middle school, my best friend was this Russian kid.
Mhm.
Like I still see him. That's still my brother to this day. I haven't talked to him in a couple of years, but we still see each other.
Yeah.
We'll talk to like
Shout out
for
Russia.
hours and hours.
Yeah.
And like his family was like immigrants too. Like his parents hardly spoke any English at all.
Uh huh.
But like me and him were like best friends. We'd insult each other. So like I'd call him like a cracker, a honky and shit. He'd call me like wetbag, and spick, and we were cool with it. Like we didn't care. But I feel like nowadays, like you hear that.
You can do it in your inner circle,
yeah.
but it's once you start going out in public. So like if you was calling him like cracker from a distance, then somebody probably be like, oh wait, what are you doing? What are you doing? Type stuff. But like y'all sitting on the game, y'all can say that all live long day. But it's once again PC culture different. But I actually wanted to ask you something in regards to like I guess Mexican culture.
I'm representing all Mexicans
now.
You
are. So
they ain't gonna like that.
Before I get into another thing Hollywood needs to stop, I want to ask you this: is there a current like trend of Mexican trauma going on in Hollywood?
And it's all,
if so, I need you to address.
It's all inspired by the, as we call them, the no sabo kids. That's the American kids who don't know how to speak English. I mean, don't know how to speak Spanish.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, it's all them. They're like the most hurt. They get offended by everything, I feel like.
And so they're the ones like pushing the narratives of these shows and stuff?
Yeah, I feel like that.
So what does a Mexican trauma show look like? Because I remember I've seen a few movies and stuff in Spanish where they were talking about like, you know, trying to immigrate and like the stuff they was like, well, illegally immigrating, the stuff they had to go through, like living, like sleeping under cars and stuff to hide from the federales and whatnot. But what does like basically like a Mexican exploitation trauma movie look like nowadays for y'all?
I don't even watch them.
You don't even?
It doesn't even interest me. It's like I don't even care.
From a tri-breed perspective, you know, that's 50% Italian, 50% Rican, 50% black. I got the chart. Don't even worry about all that. I got the chart to prove it. But I do notice in the Mexican like exploitation, they favor really on that cholo, like the gang lifestyle. Mm-hmm. Like there's like even the On My Block, like it's heavy in that show.
I like On My Block.
And that's a really good show, but it's really heavy in there.
Except they had that one white girl that couldn't even speak Spanish.
Oh yeah.
They love doing that too. Yeah. Anyway, continue.
But yeah, it's like you got like Blood In, Blood Out. You got American Me. You got like all these other movies where they just focus on, oh man, East LA is so tough and rough, and like it's either that or like the immigration thing.
Yeah. And it's always East LA. Like, you know, Mexicans live in other parts of the world, the East LA and Arizona.
They should just do a whole show in Cicero. Like
that is false because there are no Mexicans in Boston and there are also no Puerto Ricans in California.
It's Puerto Ricans in California.
Cap, they're Cuban. If you're a Puerto Rican in California, write a review and correct me on that. But there's no Puerto Ricans in California.
I respect it.
There's Puerto Ricans in Boston, though.
Is Puerto Ricans in Boston?
Yeah, there's
Puerto
Puerto
Ricans. What do they even sound like?
Puerto Ricans in Boston.
But yeah, the reason I mainly asked that is because I didn't obviously... I always am interested in other people's perspectives of how they're portrayed in movies because black people are tired of the black trauma trope. Like, literally, Jordan Peele gave us two movies of really, like, showing, okay, white racism is the enemy in regards to, like, a horror film genre type of aspect. Obviously, there's been plenty of movies and stuff where white people and racism has been the enemy. But from the angle of horror, now they are just taking it and running with it. Y'all saw that trailer for Them?
Yeah.
Literally, it's just a ripoff of Us. It's like a combination of Us, Get Out, and it was something else Jordan Peele did. It was just fudge, what's that? It's a HBO show, Lovecraft County, where it's just it's some black folks from the 50s or 60s moving into a white neighborhood. Yeah. White people don't like it. Ha ha ha. Oh, by the way, they're a cult and they're racist. There's nothing original about that.
Yeah, and I feel like it's being like super ramped up now because like even in like the 90s, it wasn't as much because you have shows like Family Matters and Fresh Prince and Martin, where it's just
black people being black.
Yeah, they just
there was no
regular,
white people on there,
and there was like sprinkles of like maybe one episode where it talked about racism or something.
Because they had to. It was like an agenda type of thing.
Yeah, but it'd be like one episode. The rest is just like just being regular.
My favorite genre of black television or movies is just black folks being black folks. So shows like Atlanta, like the Martins, the Fresh Princes. Well, we can just be black and we don't gotta literally
sell drugs.
Yeah, every episode doesn't have to be about, oh man, my life is so hard, I got pulled over. How many more shows and movies do we got to see black folks getting pulled over in cars? Fact. Yes, we understand that that's an issue. And the main
Slim.
Yeah, literally, like legit. And the main reason I want to bring that up is because not only because of them, but because it seems like, because there was also another movie, and they not off the hook either. Two Distant Strangers. It's a Netflix show starring Joey Badass, which basically he comes from a one-night stand. He wakes up.
On Girls Dead or something, right?
No. He wakes up and he has to get back home to his dog. And so the first time he dies, he bumps into a white dude, spills his coffee over him. They get into a yelling match. A cop overhears it. Hey, you stop! And basically chokes him out. Then he wakes up back in bed with the girl.
It's like the Groundhog Day.
Literally the Groundhog Day, but make it racist. And it's like, I don't care that a black man wrote this. I don't care if a black man or woman produced this. We're tired of being oppressed. Why do black people feel like the only way that they can make a show is if they showing us be oppressed? Why can't we just be black? Even if it's a Groundhog Day and he keep waking up in the bed with the girl, make it something fun. Make it something interesting. Yeah. We want to fight aliens. We want to fight some vampires. Will Smith turned 50 and y'all just stop giving black folks sci-fi movies? Like, what is going on?
But the thing with, like, Jordan Peele is, like, you're still following that trope where it's like, you know, white people are still victims. Like Boomerang with Eddie Murphy is a white horror movie because it's successful black people in it. Mm-hmm. You know, they don't like seeing that. But like if you look at us, it's supposed to be the day the niggas took over. Mm-hmm. It's supposed to be a white family getting chased and haunted. Like you're not supposed to show black people. Like how are we the stars of a horror movie and still getting killed in this movie?
What was that movie?
A lot of that had to do with the fact that because the Lupita Nyong'o was both the good and the bad guy, and she was the reason why all of this started happening. So you had to chase after her for sure because she was the reason that the original girl ended up down there in the first place. So that kind of made sense. It was like revenge on that specific family.
But do you get what I'm saying, though? It's like there's that trope that, the black men don't never make it to the end of the movie. Mm-hmm. But then it's like you have to flip that. You got to start killing all these white people. That's the thing. You got to get past this black trauma. Because it's like, if you're still seeing black people struggle to fight the
How about
man.
Everybody dies.
Right? Yeah. You got to
make it. Or just kill everybody. But see, because then the issue becomes, all right, so let's say Jordan Peele continues with horror movies. Because as of right now.
He shouldn't.
Oh, he's doing good.
That Us was not good.
I liked Us. But anyway. So far, I haven't seen the Annabelle, whatever. He had a movie with Janelle Monáe. I haven't seen it yet. But anyway, essentially, as of right now, all his horror movies, most of the people who have died have been white. So if he continues on this path, now white folks are going to be like, well, why is he only killing off us? Well, if in the 65 years plus of movies where anything with a killer was involved, the black person was either the first to die or died the most gruesome death. You think about that the Jason movie. He was duking him up and then gets his head knocked off.
Jason Goes to New York.
Come on, man.
Please do me a favor and never watch that movie. Please, that movie sucked. That movie sucked. Hit me with your best shot. Knocked his head smooth off from Queens to the Bronx. His head landed on a garbage can.
Come on, bro.
Horrible.
So another reason I wanted to bring this up, I wanted to, from an outside perspective, when you see like the black trauma like taking off, it's another trailer for another black trauma film. What do you feel, kind of, Zoo, as a viewer, like what goes through your mind when you see yet another black trauma film? Because obviously you know how we feel. Yeah. How do you feel, like, just as a, from the outside looking in?
I also don't watch them. Well, I sometimes watch them if it's a good movie. If I hear it's a good movie, I'll watch them. But other than that, it's just like, like for people, I don't really watch movies that much. I'm more of a YouTube guy because I'll get like lost in like I get distracted too easy, and it'll take me like hours to watch a movie.
Okay. If I can summarize, he said the plight of the black man doesn't matter. And get over it.
I didn't say that.
Go ask one of your Negro friends how they feel about it.
What'd you say earlier in pre-production? Get over it.
You guys keep bringing this up. Black people on the docket again. But yeah, because it's just one of the things I was always curious about it, because it was one of, like, obviously when you see it, it's like we know what you're doing. We know, like, for the black producers and writers, yes, you got to get your foot in the door. We understand that. Yeah. But don't be using us as your reason for why you got to get in the door. Why can't you have a Boomerang?
It's more of a, I feel like these movies, they make them more for white people.
For sure.
Because like, white people are like, oh, so these are how they act. And, like, this is their real life. Yeah. And since it's, like, a black person making it, they're like, it's 100% true. And like, this is how they, like, all of them think. It's, like, their way of, like, satisfying white people. At the end of the day, they're just trying to satisfy white people.
They're currently the majority
until paying and watching, because like
we rise up.
Because like even like Tyler Perry movies, I feel like white people love Tyler Perry.
They do. Mexicans do too, though.
I've talked to the Medias.
Yes,
but Tyler Perry be bashing black women and bashing black men. He be doing
dark-skinned black men.
Dark-skinned black men specifically. Like, we are like the scum of the earth. And then like, and it's like.
It's always the light skin.
What you got against Omar Epps?
Like Taraji really had to die right here? Like, goddamn, like, what she do? It's one of those things where it's like, and yes, Tyler Perry isn't off the hook, because initially, and mind you, I was watching these Tyler Perry movies, especially the Medeas, as a shorty, so I'm just laughing at Madea.
Right.
But as you get older and you start to realize he was feasting off of black trauma too.
And you realize how much power Tyler Perry has because he gets backed by all these white people that like he make because he got a whole episode of Boondocks taken off.
Yeah.
You can only see it on the DVD if you have the DVD set because I don't even think it's on streaming platforms or anything like that because he got mad that they were making fun of him. So
that's too much power. No one man type of stuff. But it's like
shout out to Ye.
Yeah, for sure. Because it's like we get it.
Yeah.
You feel me? It's like literally every time you see a trailer, because it's like how many different ways can you say black folks are being oppressed?
How many times you gonna police brutalize somebody? Like,
Although
there's only so many ways you can do it.
Yeah.
You've seen them all already.
And I be looking at these white actors like you played that role a little too well. You've been practicing.
Yeah.
Like in Hidden
says
Figures,
a lot.
Kirsten Dunst, freaking Mary Jane from the first
Spider-Man.
trilogy. She was like a semi-racist little white woman. I'm like, wait a minute now, hold on.
She's saying a little too easy.
You can't be
like
semi-racist.
Like Stone Cold Steve Austin, when he said the N-word to Nelly, bro. I was like, yo, Stone Cold said this. He said this before.
I was like, hold on, wait a minute now. That was a hard R, my friend.
But you know what's crazy is last year when all that the Black Lives Matter
He was the first
protests
to
was
stand
going,
up.
like somebody was like, oh, Stone Cold. He was like, yo, listen here, I don't stand for none of that. I love my black people. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
I didn't know Stone Cold got down like
He
that.
was one of the first people to say something. Meanwhile, the Undertaker had like a whole police support back to blue shirt. We was like, okay.
But you know what we say. Thank you, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
For sure. So it's very interesting. It's also very irritating, just from a viewer's perspective, because it's like these movies don't even be that good half the time. It literally just be black folks getting beat on.
Yeah.
Y'all can't
like the show Dear White People.
Mm-hmm.
I like that show though, but same thing. The whole thing was but I guess it was more satire.
Yeah.
Did you watch Dear White People?
I didn't because I heard it was like, I heard because my biggest thing with these type of black shows is that, sad to say, in Hollywood, it's very rare to make it without the help of a white person.
Yeah.
Or without the approval of a white person. So even these pro-black films, these black voices that they love to preach, have to get approved by some all-white board 9 times out of 10. So it's like even when these black women get casted or these black men get casted in something that's a little bit more positive for them at least, it's like there's always some type of ulterior motive. It's never fully pro-black. Like the only one who, in my opinion, and he's not off the hook for that freaking Chirac movie, is Spike Lee.
Oh yeah, that shit was trash.
But
I didn't watch it.
But I didn't watch it either. But he's the only one that it seems like can make movies telling whatever story he wants to tell.
Yeah, and it's a regular
and
movie.
it's a regular movie. And Jordan Peele, but a lot of that, Jordan Peele's half white. So it's like it could be he couldn't if he's using that to his advantage to tell a story, I can't get mad at him for that.
Yeah, but like going back to the Dear White People thing, I don't know how many people have seen it, but I like that show, and it also, like I said, it's a satirical thing because the main actress, she's like she just shits on white people the whole thing. That's where her podcast is about.
Yeah.
But her boyfriend
is white.
Is the whitest guy you could ever come across, and so like all her black friends hate her. And all like the white people hate her. She just shits on white people.
That's another thing.
So I thought it was like a decent dynamic where she's like in the middle, but she's also mixed.
Yeah, that's another thing we need to also address is there are more interracial couples than just black and white. There are black and Mexican. We got Asians and Mexicans. We got Puerto Ricans and Asians. Literally, if it's an interracial couple, it's gonna be a darkie and a white person.
Yeah.
Or it's gonna
blonde
be
hair, blue eyes.
Or it's gonna be a super light skinned woman and a white man.
Yeah.
It don't be no in between. It can't be nothing else.
I'm glad
it's never a white man and like a dark skinned black either.
Ever, unless it's freaking Viola Davis. She the only one. They always throw Viola with a white man.
And I'm glad you brought this up because circumstances and events have led up that there may be an interracial relationship in my future. Mm-hmm. But it's fine to do it. Like you love who you love, but you lose your voice as a black man with it.
You think so?
Because you can't be, oh man, fuck this and revolution, I kill all white people when you got a white wife.
Oh, that's what you're
and
saying.
You got a white kid.
Yeah.
Like you can be like Tupac wrote a letter in jail to Madonna. He was like, I love you. I can see my life like living my life with you, but I'm choosing my people. Like my people listen to me, so I can't be with a white woman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing is when it come down, if it's a kill all white people, you're not gonna kill your wife.
For sure.
You're not gonna kill your kid.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So you lose your voice. So I don't want to hear Jordan Peele be, oh, the black this, black that. Like, you married to a white woman. You see what I'm saying? Like, you lost that voice.
I feel like you don't, though. And I respect what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. I personally don't feel like, because at the end of the day, you a nigga. Like, if Jordan Peele is off by himself, that's a black man. And the black shows through more than his white side does. So it's one of those things where it's like, because J. Cole is half black, half white, but you see the nigga in him.
Right.
So it's one of those things where it's like, if he speaks up mind you, J. Cole is married to a black woman, but if he speaks up and feels the need to say something, I feel like just because he married, now I guess it all kind of depends. Now if you say all white people are the devil and then you marry a white woman, that's one thing.
Right, no.
But I feel like you can be super pro-black and it's okay that you got a white woman. I'm not saying I'm necessarily advocating for black people to marry white women. Like you said, love who you love.
But your words hold a little less weight.
You think so?
A little bit. Mm-hmm. Because like I say, like, you love who you love. There's beautiful white women out there, just like there's beautiful Mexicans. There's a lot of beautiful women out there. In the heart knows love, but it's just you have to know that comes. And also, it's interracial dating is a big deal just when you have money. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm broke as hell, so don't nobody care who I date. Yeah. As soon as I start making money and it's the why you going with there, and so you pick and choose your battles. But love who you love is the bottom of this story.
And people that get on, like I follow the Shade Room. Every time there's a black actor, black famous person with a white girlfriend, they make sure to post about it because they know what the comments are gonna be like.
They want to cause havoc. Julius Randle was spotted out with his white wife, his Caucasian wife. Who cares? Yeah. Julius Randle not hurting nobody. These actors aren't. Now it'd be different if they on some like coon type stuff. Yeah. Then it's like, all right, you tripping. But just because so and so is married, which is I think more what I was trying to say. Just because whoever is married to a black man, black woman, whatever, shouldn't also therefore take away from whatever impact they may be doing in the black communities or trying to raise a black voice. Because at the end of the day, you a nigga.
Yeah, it's like I'll never take away your 40 years of being black. Like, I wake up for 25 years straight. I've been black every day and never thought about switching.
Never took a day off. Never took a break.
So you're not just going to tell me my oppression isn't real or that it's different. I'm not saying that at all, but it's just, like, get out of people's lives. Like, what they do in their bedroom don't concern you at all.
That goes back to worshiping these celebrity relationships, though. Because just because, like, even before Kanye kind of, like, was, like, starting to fall off, I didn't hate him because he married a white woman. I didn't care about the fact that he married a white woman. My issue with him was the stuff he was saying whenever it was regards to Trump and slavery and all that type of stuff. It was never, oh, you married a white woman, so your opinion is immediately invalid. It's like, no, everything else that you're saying and starting to do is starting to invalidate what you're trying to call yourself raising up. But I'm not going to hate somebody. I'm not going to say his or her opinion doesn't matter because they married somebody whose race I think they shouldn't be with. That's like you said, love who you love. Right. So
being a product of an interracial relationship, you know.
Yeah, so it's like
bring out the chart, the trifecta.
The trifecta, 50-50-50.
50-50-50.
But yeah, so that's just my opinion on that. But my thing is Hollywood, I think it's once again driving it into the ground. Cause literally, like I said, I have no issue with interracial relationships. I'm currently in one. My girlfriend is Mexican, but it's like you don't always need to see. But you don't even see that in on TV. You don't see any black and Mexican relationships. Yeah. You don't see anybody dating. You see maybe a black and an Asian.
Except on my block.
Yeah, you may see a black and an Asian occasionally.
And
but
then
literally every other
that's a stretch.
That's a stretch. Any other relationship. Black and white.
And it's like so rare. Like right now, I just pointed out that on my blog, a while ago, a couple months ago, it was a trend on TikTok where literally every interracial couple that was black and Mexican, it was like everyone says we're Monse and Caesar. Yeah. And it was a whole trend. Like that was on my For You page.
Like it shouldn't. Come on, man.
That was the only couple they had to go to.
It's like y'all gotta do it's like Hollywood just gotta do better at the end of the day. But it's one of those things where old white folks are in charge.
If y'all didn't want race mingling and mixing, you should have just left us where the fuck we was at.
Facts.
Simple as that.
At the end of the day, that's where it comes down to. Mexicans was chilling in Texas and y'all decided y'all wanted that. Look what we got now. Y'all could have just left Texas alone, could have left us alone in Africa.
Africa had hovercrafts and all this shit. Y'all set us back.
I'm missing out on all the vibranium, man. But yeah, Wakanda forever, Viva Mexico.
We all isn't it crazy? We all built pyramids.
Yeah,
and like
except white people.
Yeah,
they don't know how to build.
And we had quote unquote no technology and shit.
Yeah, we had to. teach them how to wash.
We're gonna have a conspiracy podcast soon.
One day.
Come on, somebody pick us up. We got Overthought comic podcast coming out. We got our conspiracy theories.
We got our superhero slander.
Come
we
on,
all over
man.
the
We
place,
got
man.
shows on shows on shows.
Network.
So that network, man, that's all it is. But this has been a great podcast episode. This is probably one of my favorite ones so far.
Yeah, this is very good.
This is the best one.
Like I said, I'm anxious to come in here every week. I'm excited.
I'll be looking forward to it. We're gonna get to the point eventually where we may start doing 2 a week. Obviously, we still working right now, so we trying to figure a bunch of stuff out. But we getting to the point where we actually still like each other, so we trying to figure out more ways to collaborate.
We don't want to turn on like that other pod.
Oh, matter of fact, hold on. If you're tired of your podcast not paying their people, if you're tired of your people replacing them and saying they can come back whenever they want,
taking your contract in Bitcoin, come to Friendly Fire, man.
Come to Friendly Fire. Come to Friendly Fire, man. That's all I gotta say on that. But once again, we want to thank you guys for coming to another.
Wait, one more thing.
What's up?
Apple and Spotify ain't got no love for Friendly Fire. Apple and Spotify ain't got no love for them. But let it be known then.
Oh, okay, that was a good one. Yeah, that was good. That was a good one. All right, but excuse me. Before we go, I want to take a second to highlight our artist of the week. His name is Golden Child. He was born in Chicago, raised in the Bellwood area. The song we will be showing today is going to be called Woodside, which alludes to where he was from, the Bellwood, Maywood, Hillside, Westchester area.
Shout out 21 Jump Street. Maywood's finest.
So we showing love to him today. Golden Child, I'm going to put on the YouTube video or where you can find his social media. It's going to be in all the descriptions and stuff below. Woodside featuring Jayaire Woods, who actually coined the term Woodside to pay homage to the Bellwood, Maywood, Hillside area and whatnot. Once again, any artists, any aspiring artists who may want to have their art showed off at the end of our podcast, all you got to do is email us, at friendlyfire2021@gmail.com. Once again, friendlyfire2021@gmail.com. We're going to listen to it. If we like it, we're going to put you at the end. Simple as that. We're going to make sure it's something that's already out so we can let people know where to find you, all of that stuff, all your social media. So we're going to show love to Gideon, a.k.a. Golden Child today with Woodside. I am Rico. G-Baby, Zoo, my twin towers right here. Friendly Fire, we out.
See you.
Been down before, but so has everyone I know. Sometimes you gotta cut your niggas off to see if they'll grow. Now they only fucking with me cause I got a chance to blow. Tryna reach out cause I'm peaking, but our friendship a plateau. I'm from Section 8, nigga, now we eating steak. Couldn't afford the CTA, now I'm on vacay with my bae. And now I'm great, I'm glad it happened this way. And bro said focus on the riches cause the bitch is in the way. Come from the bottom, all my niggas tryna make it. And I ain't looking for a handout, I'ma take it. They tell me run it up, but I'ma pace it. I'm glad we made it out the bottom like a basement. I had a good time rolling through Woodside, and shorty keep on staring at me, that's a good sign. I had to cut some bad decisions for some good vibes. I had to cut some bad decisions for some good vibes. I had a good time rolling through Woodside, and shorty keep on staring at me, that's a good sign. She know the way I'm living backwards in some good wine. I had to cut some bad decisions for some good vibes. Just got on FaceTime with my nigga about to FaceTime. He was shooting shots and I ain't talking going baseline. Don't make the wrong decisions cause nigga I'm about to face mine. Stop whining on the net about some shit you heard through the grapevine. Fuck the stress, ain't been asleep, fuck the rest. And I'm peeping the Lauren Hill that she got poking out her dress. She said, GC, I just got something to confess. And she start unhooking her bra, said let me get this off my chest. I had a good time rolling through Woodside, and shorty keep on staring at me, that's a good sign. I had to cut some bad decisions for some good vibes. I had to cut some bad decisions for some good vibes. I had a good time rolling through Woodside, and shorty keep on staring at me, that's a good sign. She know the way I'm living backwards in some good wine. I had to cut some bad decisions for some good vibes.
I heard a goofy nigga talking, told him carry on. Took us to the Marriott, met her at the marathon. I been in my bag, cause life a trip, I got my carry on. Do say in the wood, I like to show like I was Shannon Sharp. Partially focused, I got got my mind in a potion. I'm not in line with the things that I got in mind when I wrote this. I need weed, sex, drugs, love, and money. She want me. Other niggas won't take her from me, but we having a good time. Passenger where my partners at. Take you to my first fight, take you to where we party at. Ride around for hours, we move around like insomniacs. Give your ass the power, that's only if we got time for that. But she having a good time, riding with me through Woodside. And she keep looking at me, feeling like that's a good sign. Had to cut some bad situations for some good vibes. Had to cut some bad situations for some good vibes.